Thank you very much for listening. And you just heard the phone number here. And let's see here. We're talking about right now, I got to get into this psychological warfare topic. This is very important. We need action. Information must be translated into action. Information must beget action. All right? Now, if information does not beget action, this results in informational paralysis. Well, what the hell does that mean, Marcus? Well, that's what a lot of you are experiencing right now. Informational paralysis. You're absorbing tons and tons and tons of information. Oh, did you hear what the lame duck Congress did today? Oh, did you hear what the Republicans are doing? You hear what George Soros is doing? You hear what the Iranians are doing? You hear what the Chinese are doing? You hear what WikiLeaks is doing? Oh my God, woe is me. What do we do? Well, you better do something. You better do something. And voting is not going to get it done. Now, is it? Now, is it? Let me say that again, folks. You have to have a balance between the information and the action. The information you take in must be acted upon. If you know that the Federal Reserve is forcing public banks to remove symbols of Christianity, you did nothing. You did nothing when they removed Jesus Christ from your child's public school. And now you're going to sit around and do nothing while they remove Jesus Christ from every business, starting with banks? Then why not department stores? How can a department store discriminate? That's not nice. You will have to worship your Jesus Christ, your God, your religion, literally in the basement of your house, in the middle of the night with the lights turned out and the shades drawn. This is what it's coming to, folks. Nazi Germany, Hitler removed Jesus Christ from the public square. So, psychological warfare, your information that you take in must translate into action. What type of action? Civil disobedience. Just like Martin Luther King Jr., just like Rosa Parks, just like the Boston Tea Party. If these laws are immoral and unconstitutional, you have a moral obligation to not obey them, or you, my friend, are collaborating with the enemies of freedom and liberty. That's a fact. That's a fact. So what do we do, Marcus? I have come up with the idea of a pray-in. I'm terrible at organizational skills, but I'm a genius when it comes to ideas. Of course, a lot of people are. The ideas are a dime a dozen, as you know. But not everybody has a radio show to put all their cheap ideas out there. How about this for an idea? A pray-in. A pray-in. You get together with people from your church and kids from your child's school and parents from that you know in the community and stuff. You show up right in the middle of the school day with your Bibles. You go right into the middle of the cafeteria, right into the middle of the gymnasium, and you start worshiping Jesus Christ. Oh, they'll come and, ask you to leave or whatever, and maybe they'll have to take you out in handcuffs. But your action of civil disobedience, your action of a pray-in will create copycats all across the nation. We must change the culture. Someone has to stand up as a leader. Who's the leader? Who's the Martin Luther King Jr.? Who's the Rosa Parks? Who is the pastor that you know right now that will organize a pray-in? What public school is it going to be? What government building is it going to be? Where are you going to say no more to this tyrannical, wicked, evil, despotic, unconstitutional, pro-slavery government? When are you going to stand up? I tell you, it's going to have to get a little more uncomfortable for you. But I tell you, I hope you don't get as uncomfortable as the German citizens got when the 8th Air Force was dropping bombs on them in the daytime and the British Air Force was dropping bombs on them at nighttime. Because I'm going to tell you something, that's mighty uncomfortable. That's mighty uncomfortable having to live through 24-hour-a-day bombing raids, having your home reduced to rubble, all your family members killed, starving to death, all because you thought it was a good idea to follow the rules. Oh, we got to go along. The government says no Jesus Christ in the public schools. We better go along to get along. The government says no Jesus Christ in the bank. Better go along to get along. The government says we got to be patted down, stripped down, and searched, and have our Fourth Amendments violated at the stadium, at the airport, at the bus terminal, at your schools, at the department store. Oh, got to go along to get along. Keep on, folks. Keep on going along to get along. And don't come crying to me when people are urinating on your tombstone 100 years from now. They're not going to urinate on Marcus's. I know what you're thinking. That's because you're going to be able to afford a tombstone, Marcus. Well, that's neither here nor there. They're not going to urinate wherever my plot of land is. Maybe some coward, liberal, Democrat, communist, tyrant, socialist, progressive, no label, punk might. But I will come back and I will haunt that individual. And I will live in their dreams at night. And they will never sleep peacefully. That's right. I'll come back for you. Strike me down. Be like Obi-Wan Kenobi. Try me! Anyway, psychological warfare. We must have this information translate into action. And in terms of psychological warfare, never listen to your enemy's propaganda, but make sure that they are listening to yours. Ignore them. Why do you ignore the enemy's propaganda? Because it destroys them emotionally, psychologically, mentally. Why isn't he paying attention to me? Why aren't they paying attention to me? See Iron Tree Patriot on YouTube, scroll down under uploads, and go to Playroom Analogy. Go to watch the video clip on Playroom Analogy. You must understand your enemy. You must understand what drives them crazy. Ignore their comments. Ignore their propaganda. Never engage in debate with them, but make for damn sure that they are hearing you. Make for damn sure that they have no choice, that they are compelled to listen to you. That's what you do to your enemy. So once again, for the umpteenth time on the Marcus Wagner Show, turn your TV off. Insult, mock, ridicule, every chance you get, but don't respond to their attacks. Why? Because ignoring a liberal is like ignoring a needy child, and it could do deep emotional damage. That is what we want. If your enemy wants attention, deny it to them. Deny it. But you cannot suffer from informational paralysis. You take in too much of the enemy propaganda, you fail to act on it, you will be paralyzed. Marcus knows what he's talking about on these subjects. Exactly what I'm talking about. Don't let the Trojan horse of conservative talk radio bring you down. You don't hear Marcus Wagner talking about what Chris Matthews said. You don't hear Marcus Wagner talking about what Katie Couric said. Now do you? Because those people are dead to me. They are dead to me. They do not exist. So why would Rush Limbaugh sit around and talk about what they have to say? Why does he care? Marcus doesn't care because Marcus is a true conservative. Because Marcus is a patriot. Because Marcus cares about freedom and liberty. And I understand how precious it is to have a mind that is ready for action and not suffering from attacks from the enemy. All right. No labels. Now that you've heard about the No Labels group, that's your latest attempt. No labels equals communist, socialist, Democrat, progressive, liberal, leftist, Marxist, sissy, coward, punk, idiot. It's all the same. Don't fall for the no labels crap. Of course, I know that you will not. I know that you will not. But they are getting desperate now, aren't they? If you don't know what the no labels group is, don't worry about it. It's irrelevant. We just group all the enemy together. We pile them all together. Pile your enemy together. That's what you want in a war. You want the enemy on one side, the good guys on the other side, and all the non-combatants ducking. That's what you want. If your enemy thinks that you have unfairly grouped them, I'm not a member of the enemy. Hey, guess what? Either duck your head or come to this side or don't come crying to me when you're caught in the crossfire. So if they want to change their identity, don't fall for it. We must assume that the No Labels group is a bunch of communist, leftist, liberal, progressive, socialist tyrants with deep-seated emotional problems. The No Labels group is a fraud and a scam. And proof